This other product does some of the things that Dropbox does, but they also do a multitude of other things. And we all love Google. Well, some of us loves Google, but the product is called Google Drive. So Google Drive started off in the early days as Google Docs, and the whole premise of that was allow online file sharing and collaboration. So you can have a doc, you can have a spreadsheet that you shared with your friends online, and you both can work on the same file together. So as a business tool, that's incredible. So now, instead of everybody, one person editing the document, email to everybody else, and then each person has to look at it one single time, now everybody can work on the same file together. For example, we have weekly meetings at Neighborhood Nerds, and we use a Google Doc to host, to kind of record the meeting. And so as soon as somebody says something, it's recorded and everybody gets to see it immediately. Google Drive is awesome, or Google Docs portion of Google Drive is awesome. But where cloud storage comes in is Google Drive is synced up with your Gmail account. And it doesn't have to be just Tommy@gmail.com. It can be your business email as well, hosted with Google Apps, which is a future tech talk. We'll go into that. Google Apps is an awesome service, affordable, cost efficient, and you get all the great tools that Google offers with your own domain name. But Google Drive really allows you, like similar to Dropbox, you can access your files anywhere. You have a smartphone, a tablet, a computer, a laptop. All your files can sync up if you have the Drive app, or you can just go to drive.google.com and then you've got your files there as well. Bring your work to life, there it is. So share files and folders with individuals and other people in your team. And the cool thing about Drive is its sharing permissions are a little bit more complex than Dropbox. You can choose which files you want to share as well as which folders. In Dropbox, you can really only share folders that are in the top of the root of your Dropbox directory. So that's a benefit, I think, because I have a folder with some pictures or some documents. I don't want everybody to be able to see that in my team. I just want a couple people. And with Google Drive, you have that, that potential to do that. And of course, you start off with 30 gigabytes as a Google App subscriber. 30 gigabytes is a lot of storage for your documents and files. As a free Google account, you get 15 gigabytes. So compared to Dropbox, you get 2 gigabytes with Dropbox, and Drive, you get 15. So that's a pretty big bonus there. And here's the really big kicker, I think. You do not count storage space if you use Google Docs, Google Drive, Sheets, and Google Slides. So that means that if all your guys are doing is creating docs in Google Docs, it does not count against your quota. So you can have as many Google Docs as you want. Pretty nifty. So there it is. Both of these tools here, they have desktop clients where you can download a tool, very easy to install with Mac OS and Windows support. Dropbox has Linux support, and Google Drive currently does not. It allows you to sync your files from your desktop to anywhere you want. Your phone, your tablet, all that good stuff. So those are two of our favorite tools to use. We use that for us, we use that for our clients, and we definitely can talk about it. So I guess the question is, do you all use cloud storage right now, or file sharing, anything like that?
Yeah, I use the Dropbox, and I was using it, and then when I got the newer Android phone, it came with a bunch of extra storage free for 2 years. So every time I take a photo, it's set so it automatically uploads, so I can access it, pull it up on my phone, or if I'm at the office, I can pull it up on my laptop. It's really convenient. It's also, we have another account, we share photos to clients so that they can have permission to access a folder, and then it's easier for them. Mm-hmm. They're familiar with using that platform, and we'll use it for them, but it's easy.
I like you mentioned it's easy, because it is easy. I mean, you literally just said it, and then there it is. The files just automatically work. Sharing is easy. You can share from the web browser, go to dropbox.com, or you can share directly from your desktop now, or from your phone. So yeah, they do make it easy, and they make it easy to get free storage. Like you mentioned, you get a new Android phone, you get 25 or 50 gigabytes
yeah, I think
for,
it's like 50 gigabytes
for 2 years.
for 2 years.
Yep.
And another thing, because you can set up different folders in there, I sometimes take a lot of just random photos with my phone. So I've got a folder set up for each month of each year. So like I've got photos in my Dropbox that go back several years now. And if I'm like, well, when did I maybe take that photo? Instead of trying to scroll through tons of images, they're separated. Or if I've got special occasion, I can make a folder for, you know, a trip I took or something, and these are all the pictures from that. So it makes it a little bit, you could still do that on your phone, but then
It's nice to be able to automatically do
then
it.
you gotta like find, oh, now I gotta email the picture to myself so I can have access to it on my laptop, and just go with Dropbox. Oh, there it is.
So yeah, so as a business tool, it's unbelievable because like you've mentioned there, Lisa, you can share it with your clients. You can give them access to their own folder, and anytime you take a picture for them, or anytime you have a document or a file that they need access to, there it is. They have it all automatically already downloaded onto their computer as soon as you take it. So
Now, has Dropbox changed? Because at one time you couldn't share subfolders.
okay, they still have that policy. You can't share subfolders, and that's the really one big advantage that Google Drive has that Dropbox doesn't. Is you can share subfolders, you can share files in folders without having to share the whole folder. So you do run into the occasion where you really only want to share one file in a folder with someone, and you accidentally give them access to the whole folder. That happens sometimes, but usually we're pretty quick to catch that and change that permission immediately. The way to get around it though is simply you just create a new folder and drag the files that you really needed to share into that new folder. That's about the best way to do it if you're using Dropbox.
Is there a way to have something like aliases or something on Google Drive so that you don't actually have multiple copies of the file, but you can have it in multiple locations that are shared differently? Like if you wanted to share a guidelines document where one folder people can be editing it, maybe another folder they can only view it or something.
Okay, that's the cool thing about Google Drive is you can actually set permissions on the file itself. So it doesn't have to be, and you can set it on the folder as well. So yeah, you can set the permission on the file where only certain people can edit it, and then everybody else can view it. So that's definitely possible. And in the same folder, then you can also set it to where they only see that file and no other files. So yes, that is definitely possible.
You could mix and match.
Yeah. we did that for a little while at Neighborhood Nerds because Dropbox, we loved it because it was so fast. Leo got 50 gigs with his phone.
Yeah.
I got, I think, 25 or 50 with mine. And it was just awesome that we had all this free storage. But because we are so ingrained with Google Apps, it just made a lot of sense to move over to that platform. And we've been pretty happy. Had no real issues with that.
And then Google just indexes the whole drive so much better.
Yeah.
Like searching, you search right online and boom, it finds the document.
Yep, that's the cool thing. You can search for text in a document with Google Drive, and it finds it. Where Dropbox, I'm sure they may have had that feature by now, but I don't know that they do. I know for sure Google Drive does. So even if you have a PDF, I start typing the text that is in the PDF, it'll find that for me, which that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I was interested in finding out more about the Google Drive, so I was glad that that was what we were talking about this morning.
Yeah.
Had questions.
We love the cloud.
Don't reinvent the wheel.
Now, something that's along the same line, since it uses Google Drive for storage, which if you want to just hit on it, is Google Keep.
Oh, absolutely.
I love that little.
Oh yeah, I discovered Google Keep a few months ago. I was on site with a client and I was looking for a way, because what I was doing.
I'll show your Keep Drive.
Yeah. Yeah, let's
You want to go back?
let's not do that. So the
Things you're keeping, you don't want to share with
so I was on site working with a client, and I was taking notes with Evernote, and for some reason the camera app on Evernote wasn't working for me. And the cool thing, I like Evernote, it's okay, but I wanted to consolidate all of my note taking, all of my pictures into one location. That way I'm not having to log on to 5 different websites to access the information I have on my clients. So I've discovered Google Keep, and it's free app by Google on Android platform, and they may have an Apple app as well for iOS devices. I can't confirm that, but it's pretty slick. You can take your notes. You can kind of see the user interface here. Pretty easy to use. You have your notes, so you can take things like your favorite restaurant, reminder kind of to do this, or just take a note of something. Because I find that jotting things down really helps you kind of retain that memory later. Not only help you retain it, but you also have another copy of it. You kind of don't have to just depend on your own self to remember it. But the cool thing about this is you can take pictures and it attaches to that particular note. And all of this syncs with Google Drive, like Leo mentioned. So you have access to all of these notes on Google Drive, which is totally awesome. So now after I come home from a visit with a client, I have their information, what notes we did, and a picture of whatever it is that we worked on right there in my Google Drive. I sync it up with their folder, everybody's happy. One-stop shop. So the goal in running a business or working with business clients in general is cost effectiveness and efficiency and productivity. You want to boost all of those things, and Google has done a great job of getting all these business apps together. Google Keep, Google Drive, Google Docs, Calendar, Gmail, all these things are awesome.
I love it. It's Google Keep with the location-based reminder.
That too.
That is sweet, because you can say, like I had something in my car the other day that I've been meaning to return to Sam's. And I'd been to Sam's like multiple times and kept forgetting it in the back of the truck. So I took a picture of it and said, remind me when I get to Sam's. And then it's like a week later, I got to Sam's and the phone popped up and said, hey, don't forget to return
I
this.
just downloaded the app, but it came up saying that was new kind of location.
Yeah, there it is.
That's awesome.
It blows your mind.
Or even if you're like grocery shopping or something, I don't know, maybe if you like forgot something last
I do that all the time.
You don't want to forget it, it might not be on my list, which happens all the time.
And my wife does a great job with that.
It's not on the list, don't forget it.
Yeah, my wife does a great job with keeping a grocery list. I'm not so much. So I'll go there and then I'm walking around. Oh wait, what was I supposed to get? So I get a little bit of everything at that point, just in case to cover the bases. But Google Keep allows you to do that. If you're about to go to the grocery store and you don't have a list, just make a little reminder, or if you want, or take a picture. That too. Another good use case is I've got at the movie theaters. I've got some free tickets. I've been forgetting to use it for the last 3 months. Boom, put it on there. Next time you go to the movie theater, boom, hey, use your free tickets. And it won't help if you left them at home, but if
Take a picture.
There you go. So a lot of neat things, and this all ties into Google Drive. You have all this available with your Google account. It's one account that you log into. It's not 3, it's not 4. It's all there.
Yeah, and I really couldn't believe that, but Sam did this. I don't know who else would do it, but I have all the receipts in Evernote scanned in automatically. So when I got there, I didn't have a physical receipt for this thing, but I held up my screen with the receipt on it, and they scanned the barcode off of my screen.
Really?
I was like,
Wow.
man, pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And they were like cool with it being just this digital version of the receipt on it.
Yeah, I guess this day and age.
It's amazing.
Yeah, you can't deny digital. So that's all I had for today, unless anyone else had any more
Well, I was
questions.
going to ask you that all members of EoK have a Google account, right?
Absolutely. So EoK, thanks to Leo, the EoKHQ.com domain name is a Google Apps domain. So for example, LR Knight at EoKHQ.com is a Google App account. So all of these services that we just mentioned can work off of his of Leo's EoK account, and it does. He does use that for these purposes. And if you are an EoK member, you are eligible to have your own. So I can have a Tommy Win or a T Win at EoKHQ.com, which I do, and I can use all of these services.
And then also it has on if you have an EoK Google account, then you have access to Google Drive and some stuff for EoK?
Yeah,
Shared?
I mean, if you request an EoKHQ.com account, you're immediately, all of the apps, business tools are available to you. So all of Google's apps stuff is available if you log in using that account. So you don't have to create your own. And it's a full business account too, so it has all of the functions and features of a business account.
Well,
And
that's
another
very
cool
useful.
thing, since we're all under the same domain, there's a shared contact address book with each other, with those EoK.HQ.com accounts, not your personal shared account, doesn't get shared contacts. But if you don't have to know my email address, if you are logged into Google using your EoKHQ.com account, and you start typing Leo in an email, it'll find me and pull me up because we're all basically the same company, is what it's saying.
I find that feature very useful.
It's very cool.
And that way, Google Plus is already set up for you, your YouTube channel is already set up for you, all of this stuff's already configured because EoK has a Google Apps business account.
So, and what does a member have to do in order to create a EoK HQ Google account?
They just have to request it. They can send a request to, probably the best. Where should we send requests? I was going to say the board, but everybody doesn't need a copy on that.
Who would be the, I guess whoever would be the person to give them the access?
Yeah. I mean, I can do it.
I guess right now you can just send it to gizmo@eokhq.com.
Okay.
All we'll need is your name, your first and last name, probably a contact phone number would be ideal. That way we can add that to the account. So first and last name with the phone number, and it's gizmo@eokhq.com.
Good old Gizmo.
Good old Gizmo. He does a lot of everything. We used to say a little bit of everything, but now he just does a lot of everything.
He's a busy little
He is.
virus. What did I call it?
Take a picture.
Take a picture.
All right. Thank you for having me today. Look forward to next time. Have a great day.